Hey guys, how's it going? Preparing here. So one of the bigger things in Path of Exile is the trading systems, and for the most part people use the forums because when you go on the official Path of Exile forums, you can log in your character and you can kind of post the items directly. It's a really cool system. The way it works, the way it's incorporated within the forum from the game is very, very good. But the part that isn't good at all is the search functionality. So let's say you want to be the buyer or you want to be a seller and you want to find similar items to see kind of what the offers are for something like that. You aren't able to do that very well because the search function on the forum tends to lead to like dead threads almost 90% of the time. I mean, I've tried looking stuff up and I wasn't able to, and I didn't really care that much because I do the stream, I can sell and buy stuff through the stream. For me, it's not really a big problem. I didn't really search for a solution because I kind of had one in front of me. But for everyone else, I just thought they were kind of in a shitty spot. But the truth of the matter is that there's a website that someone made that's pretty amazing for searching through the forums. It's poe.xyz.is. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check that out. And I'll put it up in the background here. Basically, there's some kind of search criteria. Now, a lot of this is bugged. I wasn't able to search for any gems that I wanted, for instance, but a lot of it does work. So you can put in my example here, I put in an amulet, and from the two search criteria at the bottom, I wanted some life, and I wanted some cast speed. So obviously, you kind of have to know what is possible in terms of stats on the items that you're looking for to make this actually work. But once you know that information, either through other people or through looking up the prefixes, suffixes on several websites, including the official Path of Exile website, which you can do, you can kind of set up these parameters to what you need, search, and then you list all the options of people selling this type of gear within the defined parameters. And you can click on one of those matches, like the amulet that I did there, and you can see that it points to the thread, and I found the amulet. Pretty amazing stuff. Now, I haven't used this tool too much. It was kind of a pain in the ass at the beginning because, just figuring out where everything was, going through the list again and again, kind of annoying. I'm sure I'll get used to it, but, it's a lot better than just sorting through every single thread on the forum. So it's something to keep in mind if you're trying to do the buying and selling, which you probably should be doing if you really wanted to participate in some of these permanent leagues. Now, the other thing that I found very interesting that I found out through this tool, as a matter of fact, is that there are certain HP limitations on gear. So, this is kind of a side subject from the idea of buying and trading for stuff, but I think it's really important because it kind of shows you what kind of stuff you can find out about the game, with tools like these by experimenting and all that stuff. So right now I'm logged in Path of Exile on my Freeze Pulse Marauder, and I got all this gear, and all the gear that I've been getting has been pretty much just life gear. But what we found out, a decent bit into the game, maybe about a week ago, was that despite the really high life roll that's possible on higher level items, it was never really showing up on rings or amulets. So for instance, like this chest has 98 life. If this was an item level 73 or higher chest, it could get the prefix for life that would give it 109. But, this is a lower item level or whatever, and it only got 98, that's not a big deal. But before the open beta patch, the same life values were, the same across all the items. And it is not the case right now. So the helm, it can still get 109. The chest, it can still get 109. The belt, it can still get 109. However, we found out about a week ago that the rings and the amulet caps out at 79. So that was very significant because, when it comes to rolling and re-rolling these items, when you stumble upon a 70-something life roll, you may think it's like, oh, 70-something, it's not that good, I kind of wanted 109, let me re-roll it. Well, you don't want to do that because 79 is actually the most you can get on a ring or an amulet. And similarly, I was trying to do this process with gloves and boots. My gloves have 80 life, my boots have 83 life, and I really wasn't able to find any with more than what I had. So it was kind of a problem because I was burning all these materials and stuff, and through using the PoE XYZ search functions, I found out that nobody has ever listed a boot or a glove with over 89 life. Meaning that, I can kind of guess, I can assume that the life is also capped on these items as well as it was with rings and amulets, but at a different value. So that's the kind of stuff you can look into. You can look into what's possible, you can look into what's, you know, common, what's rare, and that kind of stuff, and you can kind of assess what kind of stats you actually want to develop your character around, you know, possessing this more accurate information. So that's pretty good stuff. I hope you guys, you know, do the trading thing. It's definitely pretty cool to have a system like this that, you know, I think the last time I really used a trade system like this was, you know, in the early days of Diablo 2. So it's a little nostalgic, it's pretty fun, and obviously there's a lot of things to learn, meaning that the, you know, there's a lot of profit to be made if you know things ahead of time. So hopefully I've helped you guys get there just a little bit better, and see you guys tomorrow.